They want us to tip what now? Now, if you've been paying attention to the big shift of tech/AI with big stores, there's definitely a lot less human checkouts now, especially in places like Walmart. Big stores/businesses priorities have been switching over to quick, speedy checkouts, leaving even more of us working class people out of jobs. I really wouldn't blame anyone for being mad over this stuff. Not to mention that doing this is going to void people even more of human connection/interaction. Now, they've been implementing more and more self-checkouts or robots doing all these things for us slowly over the past 3 years. Not to mention that they started adding tipping machines or functions to these machines/robots too. Now, it's not like they got a family of 6 at home that they need to feed or anything like that. Oh, please, sir, could you spare a tip for me? I have to go back home and take care of little Timmy with robo-cancer plus 5 others.
At a time when inflation has already increased costs, many are wondering, where are their tips going?
Well, who do those tips go to then, ZN? Why, it goes to... Oh no. So it's bad enough that big businesses have been thriving with record profits over the last 3 years off of our misery. But now they want us to tip them so they can benefit even more off of our misery and suffering. And through these self-checkouts that they've been pushing really heavily over the past 3 years. Now, they're really trying to, take advantage of people's kindness factor in a lot of different situations, because many people will just tip whenever they see it on a screen out of cultural conditioning, and then, a lot of them just trying to be kind.
They're becoming more common, though. The self-checkout machines, you see them at airports, the coffee shops, restaurants, stadiums. My daughter was at the airport. A robot made her coffee. Many are programmed to accept tips, but there's no guarantee the money's going to go to staff or generate more revenue for the business. So some say this could lead to tipping fatigue.
Read her article right now. She wrote explaining how Americans are really reacting entitled. Quote, tipping at self-checkout has customers crying emotional blackmail.
It's not like these tips most of the time are actually going to go to workers. So why exactly would they put it as an option even though they're already thriving off of our misery and suffering with record profits over the last 3 years? Now, it's one thing if it's at a restaurant or something and you happen to be, decently helped by a human and they just do that so you don't have to wait in line. But that's not the case most of the time.
According to a Forbes 2023 digital tipping culture survey, 95% say they leave a tip at least sometimes. 76% say they tip always or often, and 1 in 3 people feel pressured to leave a tip.
This, I feel like, emphasizes people's natural urges or customs to be nice, courteous, etc. to each other, especially in cases where they happen to be doing a job for you or some form of a personal service for you for a job which they would normally get paid and or tipped for by another fellow human for doing a good job. It's sort of hardwired, I'd argue, into our brains to tip people most of the time as long as they do a good or decent job, because we were taught by school or peers/role models at an early age to do this sort of thing. Now, this whole recent thing with the adding of tips to self-checkouts just kind of seems like another way for them to extrapolate as much money from you as possible, which kind of seems to be a big theme nowadays with any sort of big business/financial system out there. Now, I'm not going to say that's all of them, obviously, because that's not logical, but a large majority or portion of them. You'll own nothing and be happy about it. What? Nothing. Have a nice day. Where have we heard that before? Now, what exactly is the point of tipping again? Well, the first point of it is to acknowledge and let people know that they did a good job and that they should keep doing this. Then the second part is because oftentimes they're not paid enough, and the tips kind of make up for that, because with jobs like this, you're often underpaid because you get tips to kind of make up for it, arguably, which is actually kind of stupid in a way. You kind of messed up. You're going to underpay people, and then they have to live off of their tips. Many have to live off their tips, actually, in jobs like these, whether it's food service, deliveries, or fast food. Like, how stupid do they take us to be? Because I could be baked as fucking shit, if you know what I mean, and still see how fucked this whole thing is, with big businesses trying to take even more advantage of people's kindness and profit off of their misery. As the US government on Wednesday released its latest inflation report, the watchdog Accountable.us put out a new analysis detailing how Americans face food insecurity while major food corporations are padding their profits with price hikes. Padding profits. NANI? Big Food's staggering increase in earnings show they did not need to raise prices so high on consumers, but did so anyway to maximize record profits, said Liz Zelnick, Director of Economic Security and Corporate Power at Accountable.us. And all of this has been happening whilst everyday people like me and you, working class, poor, etc., have been struggling, arguably the worst in over 50 to 100 years at least, financially. Not only that, but facing food disparity even, whilst these conglomerates, whether it's in big food, tech, pharma, business, or even governments, have been making record profits. That's fucked up, isn't it? You guys know what else these fucking big businesses are reaping profits from? You guys not hitting the like button or smashing the shit out of that subscribe button. They're really profiting when you guys don't do that. All joking aside though, my dudes, it really does mean a lot to me, and also helps us to get this information out to even more people out there and help this channel grow even more to do so. But with that being said and out of the way, let's go ahead and hop right back on into the video. If all these terrible things being blared on mainstream media like Putin's price hikes, Russian-Ukraine war, COVID, etc. were at fault for making people have to pay significantly more for basic bills and necessities like food, electricity, water, gas, etc., then wouldn't these big conglomerates be, stagnant with their profits for a while, or even, suffering a little bit if that was actually the case? The Accountable.us report takes aim at General Mills, Kraft Heinz, and Mondelez, three of the top at-home food companies in the United States based on market capitalization, focusing on January through March, the first quarter of this calendar year. The company's combined net earnings for the quarter rose by 51% year over year, YOY, to a combined $3.47 billion, and the trio collectively spent over $1.3 billion on shareholder dividends, Accountable.us found. General Mills saw its net earnings increase by nearly $2 billion year over year for the first 9 months of FY 2023, as the company spent over $2.16 billion on its shareholders through a combination of dividends and stock buybacks. The report also emphasizes recent admissions from economists that corporate greed is driving inflation, which progressive organizations and experts have been stressing for months in response to the Fed's interest rate hikes. Even experts have been saying for months that these price hikes on essential goods and, necessities for people in our modern day is ludicrous, make no sense essentially. And what's been fueling this inflation has been corporate greed, not Trump, not Putin or his price hikes, and not that annoying fuck down the street, Timmy. Corporations. Shocker. 1 year ago, as price hikes were becoming a major national concern, the world's third richest man tweeted his newspaper columnist asserting that corporate profits were not a driving force behind inflation, blaming temporary COVID-19 pandemic aid instead. The old blame shifty, classic narcissistic move, distracting you from the real problems out there, which oftentimes is actually them. They tend to use these smoke screens quite a bit now, don't they? Generally, when they want more money or to expand their control/power, there's magically a war, crisis, etc. Too many times to abuse/strip us of our rights for practically nothing and to take advantage of us even more. Wow, just like narcissists. It's a transfer of our wealth and they want us to tip them for them fucking us over.
We all must tell those business owners we won't be pimped like a cheap trick on a Saturday night and find another trick to play.
Again, it's one thing if you're tipping people, whether that's a fellow fleshy or a sentient AI robot that happens to have a family at home they're trying to raise, which you want to tip. However, they're wanting you to tip a self-checkout system/station, which generally has nobody there, which would kind of imply that it's going to go to the business generally. Now, I don't think many of us actually trust big food conglomerates like Walmart, Target, etc. to give that money to employees, honestly, when they're buying more and more self-checkout stations. They'll probably keep doing that with the tip money that they've been trying to swindle from us with these checkout systems too. That's enough about what I think. What do you guys think? My adoring tribe members, new viewers, let me know in the comment section down below. Do you guys think this is actually going to be, a way for them to help get people more tips in companies? Or do you think it's just another way for these big conglomerates to sit there and trick people into getting them even more money? I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and concerns about this. Let us know in the comments below. As usual, if you guys did enjoy, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Really does mean a lot to me when I do this. It also helps us to get further up in that YouTube algorithm to let people know what exactly is going on out there that the mainstream media will not cover, completely raw and uncensored, because that's what we do here. We keep it 1,000,000 fucking % real. The more you guys share this stuff out there and do those things, it gets us to more people so they understand it's okay to question these systems we live in and to fully know what's going on out there without, any sort of biases or anything like that. But if you guys did make it to this point, please leave the word rebel in the comment section down below to let me know that you made it to the end and you guys are part of the 100% club. Now, if you guys want a more interactive experience with us, come join us live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 8:30 to 10:30 p.m. Central Time over on Twitch or here on the YouTube channel or Facebook even, where we, have our streams playing things like Pokemon Unite, talking about conspiracies such as this, vibing out and, just having a good time. You also get to see me raging on teammates for being stupid or, being a fucking complete goof and a dumbass. It's a fun time and we'd love to have even more people in there because the more the merrier, right? Also, feel free to check out our Discord where we do movie/weeb night every other Friday. Watch things such as anime, dark humored memes or vines, shorts, etc., cartoons, documentaries on things such as how Hitler didn't kill himself with CIA and FBI backing from the History Channel and a buttload of other good things. In addition to, talking about philosophical/spiritual discussions and, just vibing out and having a sense of community. Only thing is, can't be a dick, be a decent human being, and gotta be able to take a joke because we bust each other's asses in there a lot and it's also, full of dark humor. But with that being said though, my dudes, I do appreciate you guys very much for being here and making all this way to the point in the video. Really does mean a lot and it shows me how much you guys actually like to, hear about this stuff. But until next time though, my dudes, please don't forget to live long and prosper, take care and peace, keep it 1,000,000% real, and as always, fuck the system. I'll see you guys on the flip side.